Hello. Today I'm going to show you how I create a new project page and add it on my notebook on Ravelry. The point is that we want to be able to create a project page and link it to a pattern, especially if we have to participate in a test knitting or a knit along of any kind, and it is important for others to be able to follow our progress. Now, as you can see, I am on my profile page. This is me here, and up here on the right it says my notebook. When I click on that, a kind of small window opens with several suggestions for me. There are several things I can do, such as edit or add a project, put a pattern in my queue, update my stash, etc. Now, what I want to do today is add a new project and link it to a pattern. This is my goal for today, and here is how I do it. I click on projects, which takes me to my projects, the section of my notebook that is for my projects. As you can see, there is a blue button here. By the way, I'm using the dark mode on Ravelry on my desktop. Perhaps the colorways are different in your screen, but that doesn't affect at all what we're going to do here. Right here on the left side of my screen is a button that says add a project, and so I go ahead and click on this button. Now, this means that I'm adding a new project to my notebook. In my case is the 283rd project. I have to answer a few questions concerning my project. So the first one is, which craft is it all about? Yes, it is about knitting, but of course there are other options. If you are adding a weaving project, for example, you can do that. So knitting, which is my case. Now I'll have to name my project so it stands out from other projects, and since I want this one to be linked to my contrapunto shawl, I'll call it contrapunto. Oops, that's Greek. Well, contrapunto 2. I used a pattern indeed, and the pattern name is contrapunto shawl. Oops. As you can see, I was too quick. As you can see, I just clicked the enter button, and it opened another page that says, is this the pattern you're talking about? It's Ravelry's way of suggesting that the pattern you want to knit already exists, and if you want, you can link it to it. So yes, I go ahead and I say choose this pattern, and now my project page and the pattern are linked. Now I want to give some to start completing some of the spaces here. It's not necessary. Some of them are more necessary than others, I should say, because maybe you do it for your own uh, journal, or so you don't need that much detail. But then again, if you do it for a knit along or for a test knitting, you may want to go ahead and complete some of these. For example, made for test knitting, finished by, let's say, June 10. Size made is not necessary. This is a shawl, so uh, it's one size shawl, no need for that. And then again, maybe you want to add some important information when it comes to a testing, just like, for example, the needles that you use. Add a needle. Oops, I didn't have to do that. So I go ahead and remove it. I just want to add one needle size, which is US size 6. And since I am doing a test knitting, and since I always try to follow the pattern, I have an option of filling in gauge from pattern, and Ravelry does that for me. Now, something else I can do is add my yarn. In my case, this is trellis yarn. Clicking on the link here, I can find the options of trellis yarn, which are many. I used here a high twist fingering, and if I want to, I can write all about colors, but for now, all I want is to fill in the skeins. It's 3 skeins of yarn. And as far as creating the page, I'm rather satisfied. I can add notes and things like that, but we can do that on another video. So if I want all this to be saved and remain as a project page, a new project page on Ravelry, I go ahead and save changes. Now the project page is ready. I'll have to add photos, and I'll do that in the next video. You can expect that probably next week. Thank you. I hope it's helpful. Stay safe. Bye.